The Nighttime Success Practice, Napoleon Hill's Forgotten Principle. What I'm about to share with you comes from decades of studying successful people and understanding the principles that Napoleon Hill documented in his work with over 500 wealthy individuals. This isn't about quick fixes or magical thinking. This is about understanding how your mind works and using that knowledge deliberately to improve your life. Every night before you sleep, something important happens in your mind. Your conscious reasoning relaxes, and your subconscious becomes more receptive to new ideas. Napoleon Hill wrote extensively about this phenomenon. He discovered that successful people throughout history understood how to use these final moments of consciousness purposefully. Before we continue, I'd appreciate if you'd share in the comments which part of the world you're watching from: North America, Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, or Australia. This helps me understand who's learning these principles, and I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe to support this channel's mission of sharing practical success philosophy. Now, let me explain how your mind actually works. You have two distinct mental functions: the conscious mind, which thinks, analyzes, and makes decisions during your waking hours, and the subconscious mind, which operates continuously, storing your beliefs, habits, and emotional patterns. Your subconscious doesn't sleep. While your body rests, it continues processing, organizing, and working with whatever information you've given it. This is a documented psychological principle, not mysticism. What makes this practically important is that your subconscious accepts and acts upon the dominant thoughts you consistently hold, especially those charged with emotion. Most people go to sleep worried, stressed, or anxious about their problems. Without realizing it, they're instructing their subconscious to focus on and amplify these very concerns. Their subconscious faithfully executes these unintentional commands, which is why they wake up feeling the same way and experiencing similar circumstances day after day. Here's what Napoleon Hill discovered through his research. The moments just before sleep offer a unique opportunity. As you transition from wakefulness to sleep, your critical conscious mind relaxes its filters. This creates a window where you can deliberately plant specific ideas into your subconscious without the usual mental resistance. This isn't about wishful thinking. This is about deliberate mental programming based on how your brain actually functions. When you repeatedly focus on a specific goal with emotion during this receptive state, you create neural pathways. Over time, with consistency, these pathways become automatic patterns that influence your decisions, actions, and even what opportunities you notice during the day. Let me tell you about real examples from Hill's research. Thomas Edison had a specific practice. When facing a complex problem, he would sit in his chair holding steel balls. As he relaxed towards sleep, he'd focus on the problem. When the balls dropped and woke him, he'd capture the insights that emerged in that liminal state between waking and sleeping. He used this technique repeatedly throughout his career. Not magic, methodology. Andrew Carnegie, who went from poverty to building one of America's greatest fortunes, shared with Hill that he spent time each night visualizing his goals and the person he wanted to become. He didn't just hope or wish. He systematically impressed specific images and intentions upon his subconscious mind. But here's what's crucial. Carnegie also spent his days taking organized action, building relationships, and acquiring specialized knowledge. The mental work and the physical work operated together. This is where many modern interpretations get Napoleon Hill's work wrong. He never taught that thinking alone creates success. He taught that definiteness of purpose, combined with organized planning, persistent action, and the power of the mastermind principle, creates success. The mental programming is foundational, but it must be followed by intelligent action. Your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, but it's not a genie that grants wishes. It's more like a sophisticated guidance system. When you program it with a clear destination, it helps you notice relevant opportunities, make better decisions, and stay motivated through challenges. But you still have to do the work of getting there. So let's talk about desire, because Hill called it the starting point of all achievement. But he wasn't talking about casual wanting. He meant burning, definite desire, the kind that makes you willing to learn, to work, to persist through temporary failures, to collaborate with others, and to keep going when things get difficult. Most people have vague desires. I want to be successful. I want more money. I want to be happy. Your subconscious can't work effectively with vague instructions. You need specificity. What exactly do you want? By when? What are you willing to exchange for it? What knowledge do you need to acquire? Who do you need in your mastermind alliance? Write down your definite chief aim. Make it specific and measurable. Not, I want to be wealthy, but I am building a specific business serving these specific people, generating this specific income by this specific date, through these specific actions. The clarity matters because your subconscious needs a clear blueprint to work from. Here's what happens when you have that clarity. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. It's a network of neurons that filters information, helping you notice what's relevant to your goals while filtering out what isn't. When you clearly define what you want and focus on it consistently, especially before sleep, you're essentially programming your RAS to help you spot opportunities you'd otherwise miss. Think about when you decide to buy a certain car. Suddenly you see that car everywhere. The cars were always there, but now your brain notices them because they're relevant to your current focus. The same principle applies to opportunities, ideas, and resources related to your goals. But here's the reality that Napoleon Hill was honest about. This process takes time. He studied successful people for over 20 years before publishing Think and Grow Rich. He documented that most successful people faced years of persistent effort, multiple failures, and continuous learning before achieving their goals. There's no 90-day guarantee. There's only the certainty that consistent application of these principles increases your probability of success over time. Let me share a practical technique you can start using. This comes directly from Hill's work and from my own years of applying and teaching these principles. About 30 minutes before bed, disconnect from negative inputs. No news, no social media arguments, no stressful conversations. Give your mind time to settle. Then, in a quiet space, write your definite chief aim on a card or in a journal. Read it slowly, 3 times. As you read, visualize yourself having already achieved this goal. See the details. What does your day look like? Who are you working with? What value are you providing? How do you feel? The feeling part is crucial. Your subconscious responds more powerfully to emotion than to words alone. If you're visualizing financial success but feeling doubtful, the doubt is what gets programmed. You must cultivate the feeling of confidence, gratitude, and certainty while visualizing. This isn't about denying reality. It's about focusing on the reality you're working to create. After visualizing, speak words of gratitude. Thank the universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in for the progress you're making. Gratitude serves a practical purpose. It shifts your emotional state from wanting to having, which programs your subconscious more effectively. Then, as you lie in bed, hold one clear image of your fulfilled goal. Don't let your mind wander to problems or worries. If it does, gently bring it back to your vision. As you drift into sleep, maintain that focus. Your subconscious will continue working with that image throughout the night. Now, I need to be clear about something Hill emphasized repeatedly. This mental work must be accompanied by action during the day. If you program your subconscious at night but take no action during the day, nothing will change. The mental programming helps you see opportunities and stay motivated, but you must actually do the work. Hill's research revealed that successful people share certain habits. They acquire specialized knowledge in their field. They build mastermind alliances with people who complement their skills and challenge their thinking. They create detailed, written plans. They take persistent action despite obstacles. And yes, they also discipline their thoughts, especially before sleep. These elements work together. The mental programming without the practical action is fantasy. The action without the mental programming is exhausting and often misdirected. But when you combine clear mental focus with organized, persistent action, you create momentum that compounds over time. Let me address something important: fear. Fear is perhaps the greatest obstacle to achievement. Hill identified 6 basic fears that hold people back: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears, when allowed to dominate your thinking, paralyze action and sabotage success. Fear expresses itself most powerfully in the thoughts you hold before sleep. You replay failures, you imagine worst-case scenarios, you feel the emotions of defeat before you've even tried. And your subconscious, receiving these fearful thoughts consistently, begins to accept them as instructions. The antidote to fear isn't denial. It's the substitution of faith, not religious faith necessarily, but faith as Hill defined it, the visualization and belief in the attainment of desire. When fear-based thoughts arise before sleep, you don't fight them. Fighting them gives them energy. Instead, you replace them with their opposite. Fear says, "You'll fail." You respond by visualizing success and feeling the emotion of achievement. Fear says, "You're not qualified." You respond by affirming your commitment to acquire whatever knowledge is needed. Fear says, "People will judge you." You respond by focusing on the value you're creating rather than others' opinions. This substitution must be done consistently. Your subconscious accepts the thought patterns you repeat most frequently. One night of positive programming doesn't override years of fearful thinking, but 30 nights does start to create change. 60 nights creates noticeable shifts. 6 months of consistent practice can fundamentally alter your mental patterns. Hill wrote about autosuggestion, the process by which you influence your subconscious through repeated, emotionalized thoughts. Before sleep is the optimal time for autosuggestion because your conscious resistance is minimal. But Hill also warned against doing this mechanically. If you repeat affirmations without belief or feeling, they have little effect. Here's a specific autosuggestion practice. Before sleep, place your hand over your heart and speak your definite chief aim aloud. As you speak, actually feel your heart beating. This creates a physical anchor for the practice. Then say, "I am fully committed to achieving this goal. I will acquire the knowledge I need. I will build the relationships necessary. I will persist through challenges. I will take consistent action until this is achieved." Notice these aren't passive statements. They're commitments to action. Your subconscious responds to commitment backed by emotion far more powerfully than to passive wishes. Now let's discuss something Hill called infinite intelligence. He described it as a universal source of knowledge and power that we can tap into. Whether you think of this as God, the collective unconscious, the universe, or simply the untapped potential of your own deeper mind doesn't matter. What matters is that when you focus your conscious mind intensely on a specific question or goal, insights often emerge from beyond your conscious reasoning. Edison used this principle. When stuck on a problem, he would relax into that drowsy state before sleep, holding the problem in mind. Often, he'd wake with a solution. Hill himself reported using this technique. He would imagine a council of advisors, historical figures he admired, and would mentally consult them before sleep. Remarkably, he would often wake with insights that seemed to come from beyond his conscious knowledge. You can apply this practically. Before sleep, if you face a specific challenge or decision, state it clearly to your subconscious. Ask for guidance, then release it. Don't try to force an answer. Trust that your deeper mind will work on it. Often, by morning, you'll have clarity you didn't have before. Sometimes the answer comes in a dream. Sometimes it's a sudden knowing upon waking. Sometimes it appears during the next day as an unexpected insight or opportunity. This isn't mystical. Your subconscious processes information differently than your conscious mind. It makes connections your logical thinking might miss. It has access to memories and patterns you're not consciously aware of. When you pose a clear question and then get out of the way, you allow this deeper processing to occur. But here's what Hill emphasized. You must act on the insights you receive. If your subconscious guides you to call someone, call them. If you wake with an idea for your business, write it down and implement it. If you feel drawn to learn a specific skill, start learning it. The communication between your conscious and subconscious minds grows stronger when you honor the guidance you receive. Let me share something about persistence, because this is where most people fail. Hill wrote that persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. It's the quality that separates those who achieve from those who merely wish. When you begin this practice of nightly mental programming, you probably won't see immediate results. The first week, maybe nothing changes. The second week, you might feel slightly more focused but see no external evidence. The third week, you might even feel discouraged. This is where most people quit. Hill studied this pattern repeatedly. Most people give up just before breakthrough. They plant seeds, but they dig them up every few days to see if they're growing. Of course, this kills the seed. Your mental programming works the same way. You must plant the seed, your definite desire, focused on with emotion, and then tend it with consistent daily practice. You must water it with faith and protect it from the weeds of doubt. Results don't appear on your schedule, they appear according to natural law. A farmer plants in spring but doesn't harvest until fall. He doesn't doubt that the harvest will come. He simply tends the field and trusts the process. You must do the same with your mental and physical efforts. This is why Hill stressed that you must have a burning desire, not a casual wish. A burning desire sustains you through the period before visible results appear. A casual wish evaporates at the first sign of difficulty. Here's the truth about repetition that Hill understood. Your subconscious mind learns through consistent repetition, not through intensity. It's better to practice this mental programming gently every night for 6 months than to practice intensely for 1 week and quit. Think of your current mental patterns as a groove worn into your mind by years of habitual thinking. One positive thought doesn't change the groove, but consistent positive thinking night after night begins to wear a new groove. Eventually, the new groove becomes deeper than the old one, and your thoughts naturally flow in this new direction. This is why you must protect your practice, especially in the beginning. When you start working with these principles, the people around you might resist, not because they're bad people, but because your change challenges their own beliefs about what's possible. Some will mock you, some will express concern, some will try to talk you back into being realistic. Don't argue with them, don't try to convince them, simply stay committed to your practice. Let your results speak. Hill advised surrounding yourself with a mastermind group of people who support your goals and hold similar ambitions. This social support is crucial because your environment constantly influences your thinking. Your mastermind doesn't have to be physical. Hill himself maintained an imaginary council of advisors, but he also emphasized the power of real alliances with living people who share knowledge, provide accountability, and amplify your efforts. One person with a definite purpose is powerful. A group of people aligned around complementary purposes is unstoppable. Before sleep, you can actually imagine your mastermind group. Visualize sitting with these people, whether they're real individuals in your life, historical figures, or aspirational mentors. Imagine discussing your goals with them. Listen for their advice. Your subconscious will provide insights through this practice that seem to come from beyond your individual thinking. Now let's talk about faith, because Hill called it the head chemist of the mind. Faith, as he defined it, is the visualization and belief in attainment of desire. It's not passive hope, it's active expectation backed by action. Most people confuse faith with wishful thinking. They say they have faith while simultaneously entertaining doubts. They affirm abundance while feeling scarcity. They visualize success while expecting failure. This doesn't work because your subconscious responds to your dominant emotion, not your words. True faith means you can see your goal so clearly, feel it so completely, that it becomes more real to you than your current circumstances. This doesn't mean denying reality. It means focusing on the reality you're creating rather than the reality you're leaving behind. How do you develop this kind of faith? Through the very practice we're discussing. Every night you visualize your goal with emotion. You see it complete. You feel gratitude for its achievement. You impress upon your subconscious that this is already done in the invisible realm and is now manifesting in the visible world. At first, this will feel like pretending. You're trying to feel successful while your bank account says otherwise. You're trying to feel confident while your circumstances suggest doubt. This is uncomfortable. This is where most people quit. They say, "I can't fake it." But you're not faking it. You're developing it. Faith is a mental muscle that strengthens with use. The first time you visualize your goal with emotion, it might feel hollow, but the 10th time, something clicks. The 30th time, it starts feeling natural. The 100th time, it feels inevitable. Hill wrote about a man who wanted to partner with Thomas Edison. Everyone told him it was impossible. He had no connections, no credentials, no reason Edison would give him time. But this man held a burning desire backed by faith. He visualized the partnership. He imagined the conversation. He felt the certainty of it happening. He took action based on this faith. He found ways to position himself where Edison would notice him. He acquired knowledge that would be valuable to Edison. He persisted through rejection. And eventually, the impossible partnership happened, not through magic, but through faith expressing itself in organized, persistent action. Your faith must be specific. "I have faith things will work out" is too vague. Your subconscious needs specificity. I have complete faith that by consistently applying these principles, taking daily action, building the right relationships, and persisting through challenges, I will achieve my definite chief aim. That specific faith your subconscious can work with. Before sleep, after visualizing your goal, make a statement of faith. Speak it aloud. I have complete faith in my ability to achieve this goal. I am committed to doing whatever is required. I trust that as I persist, doors will open, people will appear, and knowledge will come. I believe in my inevitable success. Feel these words as you speak them. Don't just recite them mechanically. Your emotion is what impresses them upon your subconscious. Let me address something practical. What happens when you face setbacks? Because you will. Hill was clear about this. Temporary defeat is inevitable. Every successful person in his research faced multiple failures before achieving their goals. The question isn't whether you'll face challenges, but how you'll respond to them. When you encounter a setback during the day, how you process it before sleep that night is crucial. Most people replay the failure. They feel the emotion of defeat. They imagine it happening again. They program their subconscious with failure. Instead, before sleep, you review the setback objectively. What can you learn from it? How will you adjust your approach? What did this experience teach you that will help you succeed? Then, you visualize yourself succeeding despite this temporary defeat. You feel the emotion of eventual triumph. You program resilience, not defeat. Hill discovered that successful people convert defeat into opportunity. They don't deny the defeat, but they refuse to accept it as permanent. Before sleep, they mentally reframe the experience and return to their vision of ultimate success. Here's something Hill wrote that changed my understanding. Every adversity carries with it the seed of equivalent or greater benefit. When you face a challenge, there's always something valuable hidden in it. Before sleep, ask your subconscious to reveal that benefit. Often, by morning, you'll see the opportunity that was hidden in the adversity. This isn't positive thinking disconnected from reality. It's purposeful reframing that allows you to extract value from every experience. Now, let's discuss the practical matter of time. When is the absolute best time for this practice? Hill emphasized the final moments before sleep. Not an hour before bed, not 30 minutes before, the final 10 to 15 minutes. Why? Because that's when your conscious mind is most relaxed and your subconscious is most receptive. It's like the difference between trying to plant seeds in hard ground versus freshly tilled soil. The twilight state between waking and sleeping is your mental soil at its most receptive. So don't do this practice and then scroll social media for an hour. Don't program your mind and then watch news or stressful content. Program yourself, then sleep immediately. Protect those final moments of consciousness. Create a routine around this. Same time each night, same environment. Your subconscious responds to ritual. The consistency signals that this is important, and your mind becomes more receptive. Here's a complete sequence you can follow. 30 minutes before bed. Disconnect from all screens and stressful inputs. Use this time to prepare your mind. 15 minutes before bed. Write out your definite chief aim. Read it 3 times slowly. As you read, visualize your goal as already achieved. 10 minutes before bed. Sit quietly. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, then speak words of gratitude for your progress, for your opportunities, for the guidance you're receiving. 5 minutes before bed, lie down. In your mind, create one clear, detailed image of your goal fulfilled. Add sensory details. What do you see, hear, feel? Make it as real as possible. As you drift towards sleep, hold that image. If your mind wanders to worries or problems, gently bring it back to your vision. The last thing you focus on before unconsciousness is the most important. This sequence takes less than 15 minutes total, but done consistently. It can transform your life over time. Not overnight, not in 90 days, but over time, with persistent application. Let me share what happens when you practice this consistently for an extended period. After several weeks, you'll notice your mornings feel different. You'll wake with more clarity about your daily priorities. Ideas will come more easily. Decisions that used to paralyze you become obvious. After several months, you'll start experiencing what people call coincidences. You'll think of someone and they'll contact you with an opportunity. You'll need specific information and it will appear. You'll want to learn something and you'll meet someone who teaches exactly that. These aren't magical occurrences. Your subconscious, now programmed with clear objectives, is helping you notice opportunities that were always there. Your reticular activating system is filtering information differently. You're making decisions aligned with your goals without consciously realizing it. After a year or more, people will notice you've changed. They'll sense something different about you, your confidence, your direction, your way of handling challenges. They'll ask what happened. And you'll know it was the consistent, disciplined practice of programming your subconscious mind while maintaining persistent action during your days. But here's what you must understand. This isn't a passive process. Hill never taught that you can think your way to success without action. He taught that definiteness of purpose, specialized knowledge, organized planning, mastermind alliances, and persistent action are all essential. The mental programming supercharges these elements, but it doesn't replace them. During your days, you must take action on the insights your subconscious provides. You must acquire the knowledge your goals require. You must build relationships with people who can help you and whom you can help. You must create detailed plans and adjust them based on experience. You must persist despite temporary defeats. The nighttime programming and the daytime action work together. One without the other is incomplete, but when you combine them, you create an upward spiral of progress that compounds over time. Let me tell you about transmutation, a principle Hill considered crucial, but that few people understand. Your emotions are energy, sexual energy, creative energy, enthusiasm. These can be channeled toward your goals. Most people waste their emotional energy on worry, anger, or scattered pursuits. Before sleep, when you visualize your goal with emotion, you're transmuting your energy into focused purpose. The feelings you generate during visualization, excitement, gratitude, certainty, become fuel for your subconscious mind. This emotional energy powers the programming process. This is why mechanical affirmations don't work. Words without emotion have little power. But when you can feel genuine enthusiasm for your goal as you visualize it before sleep, you're charging your subconscious with powerful energy. Hill wrote about developing what he called sex transmutation, not suppressing sexual energy, but channeling it into creative achievement. While that might sound strange, the principle is sound. Powerful emotions can be directed toward your definite purpose rather than dissipated in random pursuits. Before sleep, if you can cultivate feelings of passion about your work, excitement about your goals, and enthusiasm about your purpose, you're providing tremendous energy to your subconscious programming. Let's address something important. What about people who try this and don't succeed? Because it does happen. People read Hill's work, apply the principles as they understand them, and still struggle. Why? Usually, it's because they're applying only part of the formula. They visualize but don't take action, or they take action but maintain negative mental patterns, or they practice for a few weeks and give up, or they ignore the mastermind principle and try to do everything alone, or they don't truly commit with burning desire. They just casually wish. Hill studied successful people specifically because survivorship bias is real. Many people try and fail, but he discovered that those who succeed share common traits and practices. It's not that the principles don't work, it's that they must be applied completely and persistently. Another reason people fail is they don't truly know what they want. They think they want money, but they haven't defined what that money is for. They think they want success, but they haven't clarified what success actually means to them. Vague desires produce vague results. This is why Hill emphasized definiteness of purpose above all else. You must know specifically what you want, why you want it, when you want to achieve it, what you're willing to give in exchange for it, and what your detailed plan is for getting it. Before you can program your subconscious effectively, you must have this clarity. If you're not clear, spend time before sleep asking yourself, what do I really want? What am I willing to commit to? What price am I willing to pay? Let your subconscious help you find clarity before you start programming for achievement. Let me share something about environment, because Hill understood that you're influenced by what surrounds you. Your physical environment affects your mental state. If your bedroom is chaotic, cluttered, and stressful, that impacts your subconscious programming. Create a sleep environment that supports this practice. Clean your space. Remove distractions. Perhaps place inspiring images or quotes where you see them before sleep. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for rest and mental renewal. The people in your environment matter even more. Hill wrote extensively about the mastermind principle, surrounding yourself with people who support your goals and challenge you to grow. If you spend your days with negative, cynical people who dismiss ambition, their influence will contaminate your thinking. This doesn't mean abandoning everyone who doesn't understand your goals. It means consciously building relationships with people who operate at the level you're aspiring to reach. Find mentors, join groups, create alliances with people committed to growth. Before sleep, you can even visualize your ideal mastermind group. See yourself surrounded by successful, supportive, ambitious people. Imagine the conversations, feel the energy. Your subconscious will help you attract or become aware of these relationships in your actual life. Now let's talk about something Hill called organized planning. Dreams without plans are hallucinations. Before sleep, after visualizing your goal, briefly review your plans for the next day. What specific actions will you take tomorrow toward your goal? This serves two purposes. First, it helps your subconscious work on solutions while you sleep. Second, it ensures that your mental programming translates into actual behavior. You're not just dreaming, you're planning and doing. Every night, review. What did I accomplish today toward my goal? What will I accomplish tomorrow? What obstacles did I face and how will I overcome them? What knowledge do I need to acquire? Who do I need to connect with? This review keeps you accountable and maintains alignment between your mental programming and your daily actions. Hill discovered that successful people keep detailed written records. They track their progress. They review their plans regularly. They adjust based on experience. This isn't about rigid perfectionism. It's about maintaining awareness and momentum. Before sleep, you might spend 2 minutes journaling. Here's what worked today. Here's what I learned. Here's what I'll improve tomorrow. This simple practice keeps you consciously engaged with your progress while programming your subconscious for continued improvement. Something else Hill emphasized: the importance of giving before receiving. The principle of going the extra mile, doing more than you're paid for, providing more value than expected. This isn't about being a doormat. It's about building goodwill, reputation, and opportunities. Before sleep, you might ask yourself, how can I provide more value tomorrow? Who can I help? What can I give? This programs your subconscious to look for opportunities to serve, which paradoxically creates more opportunities for your own success. Hill found that people who focused exclusively on what they could get often struggled, but those who focused on what they could give while maintaining clear goals for themselves attracted success naturally. The universe, or karma or simple human reciprocity, whatever you call it, responds to those who provide value. Let me address something about patience, because this is where modern culture often contradicts Hill's teachings. We want instant results. We expect quick fixes. We give up if we don't see progress within weeks. But Hill studied people who often worked toward their goals for 5, 10, even 20 years before achieving major success. Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. Carnegie spent decades building his steel empire. Ford went bankrupt multiple times before establishing his automobile company. The mental programming practice we're discussing is foundational, but it's part of a longer journey. You're not programming your subconscious for quick wins. You're establishing mental patterns that will serve you for life. Before sleep, cultivate patience along with your vision. Tell yourself, I am committed to this goal for as long as it takes. I will persist through challenges. I will learn from setbacks. I will never give up on my definite purpose. This programs resilience along with ambition. There's something Hill called the turning point, a moment when persistence breaks through resistance and success begins flowing. He found that this moment often comes just after people are ready to quit. They've been working, striving, persisting with little visible result. They're exhausted and discouraged. And then, suddenly, breakthrough. The challenge is, you never know when your turning point will come. It might be tomorrow. It might be 2 years from now. But the only way to guarantee you won't reach it is to quit. Persistence is the quality that ensures you're still in the game when your moment arrives. Before sleep, when you're feeling discouraged, remind yourself of this pattern. Remind yourself that every successful person Hill studied faced this same challenge. And those who persisted reached their turning point. Those who quit never knew how close they were. Let me share something about criticism because you'll face it when you commit to ambitious goals. People will question you, mock you, tell you to be realistic. This is inevitable. Hill called these people the doubters and warned that their influence is toxic. Here's what's important. Never discuss your goals with people who haven't demonstrated success in similar endeavors. Don't seek validation from people who haven't achieved what you're attempting. Don't let cynical people contaminate your thinking. Before sleep, if you encountered criticism during the day, don't replay it. Don't argue with it mentally. Don't let it disturb your programming. Instead, remind yourself, I'm committed to my vision regardless of others' opinions. I'm creating my own path. I will prove my commitment through my results. This doesn't mean arrogance. It means protecting your mental space from influences that don't serve your purpose. Hill himself faced tremendous criticism when he first proposed studying successful people and documenting their methods. People told him it was a waste of time, that there were no universal principles of success, that he'd never complete such an ambitious project. He persisted anyway and created work that has influenced millions. Your job is not to convince doubters. Your job is to maintain your faith and persist in your actions. Before sleep, program confidence and commitment, not defensiveness or need for external validation. Now let's discuss something crucial: specialized knowledge. Hill found that all successful people continuously acquire knowledge specific to their goals. General knowledge has limited value, but specialized knowledge, deep understanding of your specific field or pursuit, is extraordinarily valuable. Before sleep, you can actually program yourself to acquire knowledge more effectively. After reviewing your goals, ask your subconscious, what do I need to learn? Where should I focus my study? What knowledge would most accelerate my progress? Often, by morning or during the following days, you'll feel drawn to specific books, courses, or people who have the knowledge you need. Your subconscious, when given clear direction, helps guide your learning. But here's what's critical. You must act on this guidance. If you feel drawn to learn something, actually commit time to learning it. If someone comes to mind who could teach you, actually reach out to them. The programming creates awareness, but you must provide the action. Hill emphasized that knowledge has no value until it's organized and directed toward a definite purpose. You're not learning for learning's sake. You're acquiring specific knowledge that helps you achieve your specific goal. Before sleep, you might visualize yourself as already possessing the knowledge you need. See yourself applying it successfully. Feel the confidence of competence. This programs your subconscious to value and seek that knowledge, while motivating you to actually acquire it. Let's talk about money specifically, since many people come to Hill's work seeking financial success. Hill was clear: money is important, but it's a result, not a goal in itself. The goal is the value you create, the problems you solve, the service you provide. Money flows to those who provide value. Before sleep, don't just visualize having money. Visualize providing value so effectively that money naturally flows to you. See yourself serving customers, clients, or audiences in ways that genuinely help them. Feel the satisfaction of contributing meaningfully. Then see the financial rewards as a natural consequence. This shift in focus is subtle but crucial. When you focus only on getting money, you program scarcity and desperation. When you focus on providing value, you program abundance and confidence. Hill found that wealthy people think differently about money. They see it as a tool for creating more value, not as an end goal. They understand that wealth comes from providing what others need or want. Before sleep, program yourself to think like someone who creates value, not someone who chases money. Also, be specific about money. Not, I want to be rich, but I am earning X per year by providing Y service to Z people. Your subconscious needs specificity to work effectively. Let me address something about health, because Hill recognized that physical vitality supports mental clarity. If you're exhausted, stressed, or neglecting your health, your mental programming will be less effective. Your subconscious works better when your body is well cared for. Before sleep, you can include health in your programming. After visualizing your professional or financial goals, spend a moment visualizing vibrant health. See yourself energetic, strong, clear-minded. Subscribe to the channel and have faith that the divine presence is with you, that God's blessings fill your day today and tomorrow. Find peace in the love of Jesus Christ. Until tomorrow.